All
right.
Ready?
I've re-begun the streaming and I'm adding Virginia back to the meeting.
We're under a time constraint. John, are we good?
Who has the wording?
Terry, are we good?
Randy, you have the wording for this?
Yes, everything's being recorded and live streamed.
No.
No, I mean, I don't know what, I'm not sure what motion you want to.
That's what
I mean,
It would be
I'm
under
not
new
part of your
business.
motion. I mean, I don't have a motion. You have to make the motion. If it's wrong, we'll correct it. I mean, you got to tell us what you want to do first.
All right, are we back?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yep. All right, we're moving on to number 10, which is unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? Hearing none, we'll move on to 11. 11 is new business. Do we have anybody who wants to do new business, present a motion or anything like that?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to terminate Officer Pitcher from the employment of the Morrisville Police Department effective immediately.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Randy, do you want to clean that up? Or
Randy, give me the right words for that or whatever else I missed on it.
Hello, I'm Doctor.
It was pretty good to me. I mean, it was pretty clean, the motion.
Okay.
And also,
Unfortunately, I don't know Pitcher's first name, but I would have added that.
Michael.
Corporal
Okay.
Michael Pitcher.
Michael Pitcher.
Okay.
All right, so it's moved by Mr. Paul, seconded by Ms. Valahol. Mr. President.
We have to open it up to public comment.
Yeah, if there's any council discussion and then public comment.
Could you read the motion one more time?
Yes, I move to terminate Michael Pitcher from his employment with the Morrisville Police Department effective immediately.
Corporal Michael Pitcher. Yeah.
Corporal Michael Pitcher.
Yes.
Thank you.
I hear no discussion, so then let's go to public comment.
I'm sorry. I'd like to say something.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've been through this since day one, and this has been a very difficult situation for the borough. I know it's been a difficult situation for the police department. I think I know there are people that are patiently waiting for this to happen, and some people that are impatiently waiting for this to happen. I think that I'm concerned that we will find it to be a horrible misstep in the long run to jump the gun on due process. I understand the want to do it. I want to do it. I wanted to do this a long time ago. I don't think it's the right move, but I'll hear what the vote has to say, and thank you.
I wish we had done it last year. I thought it was a mistake. I thought he is just a stain on the police department, and we need to rectify it.
I understand why Mr. Yeager would be reticent based on the exposure to the municipality, which our Labor Council has been very clear in spelling out the possible risk we are encountering by this. But I think in light of the fact that we've had the pandemic hit, that's thrown a monkey wrench into the scheduling of the criminal courts, and we had hoped that we could wait until and defer our action until the criminal courts took their action against Corporal Pitcher. And now that that's been delayed by what's ultimately about another year beyond what it would have been initially, and because this is a case of alleged police brutality and police dominance and taking advantage of the public, that I think it's important for us to take a moral position, that we're not going to condone or tolerate this kind of police misconduct, and that we should encourage our force to take a zero tolerance attitude toward police misconduct. And I think it's important to take a stand, and whatever risk we're running in terms of civil liability, if in fact he brings an arbitration or some other grievance, in the meantime, we've stopped paying him his salary. And so that's money, and the money that we've already paid him, we're never going to be able to claw back. He's gotten a year plus about 15 months of salary and benefits because we were in this procedural quagmire. But I think based on the passage of time, because of national circumstances, and because of our own needs to balance our budget, that we should just decide to move forward and take the final step and terminate him.
In the country, but centuries ago.
I completely agree with you, Bob. What he did, I mean, the incident happened outside of Morrisville, but there is no way I will stand for anyone anywhere, especially anyone in Morrisville Borough, to be subject to this kind of behavior. It's no one deserves what happened to them, and I concur with you 100% that we need to take a stand. We need to take a stand, put it down, and say no. We will not allow this to happen. We will not condone this, and we will act on it when it happens. And we have to get this done. We've tried before. Tonight we're going to get it done. It has to.
Okay.
Like I said back in February, enough is enough.
All right. Anybody else before we open it to public comment?
Just like to say, my position hasn't changed. That I'm going to follow the solicitor's recommendation.
Okay.
And also, I don't condone what he's done. I never have. But in the long run, I don't want to see it costing us hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've seen other things cost us $500,000, and I don't want to see this dragged out where it's going to cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars in court costs.
Okay. All right. Hearing from everybody. Scott, open up public comment, please.
Is there any public comment on this issue?
One of the photographs shows improper.
I know you're getting tired of hearing it, but please state your name and address for the record.
I'm listening, but I'm going to step away. All right.
And Mike, if you could, please.
Okay.
So
Does everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be right there.
No.
Okay, so quite honestly, I can't say
And residents are stunned. Other locals.
a lot of issues with other people. Everybody has the day in for
Parts of a mysterious sea creature whose body.
Morrisville's going to come out without paying this gentleman even nothing. That's my opinion.
Massive creature.
Thank you.
I didn't hear a word.
Not a word.
I didn't hear a word she said. I didn't even know she was talking.
The evidence.
It's up to you.
I still can't hear her.
She was expressing her view in opposition to the motion. And something to the effect of following legal advice because of prior bad situation, as an example.
Is there anyone else? Scott, is there anyone else?
No one else.
All right. All right, we have a
Roll.
motion and a second.
It's moved and seconded. Do you want me to call the roll?
Please.
Mr. Bowers,
No.
Mrs. Dreisbach,
No.
Ms. Halahal,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Mr. Paul,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Sherlock,
Yes.
Mr. Yeager.
I hope you guys are right, but no.
Okay.
Fair enough.
What's that?
I know what you're feeling, Mike.
Five.
All right.
Believe me, I hope you were right too.
Motion passes 5-3.
Okay. No other new business. We're moving on to 12, which is borough officials.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. I have to get out of the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone. For your patience.
Have a good evening.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Parker, did you want to take on her cause?
Yes.
I had more to talk about. If you need more information, let me know, but I got to go. Thank you so much. Good night.
Real quick, the paper street on Mercer and what I'm drawing a blank. It's so late.
Prospect and Mercer.
What was the street?
Prospect and Mercer.
Prospect and Mercer. We are not able to purchase it, so it reverts back to the adjacent property owners. One who wants it and one who doesn't. But in the meantime, we have stopped cutting it, and Mrs. Sherlock was asking if we wouldn't cut it until this is resolved. So it's basically how do
final
we feel
season.
about it? I'm sorry?
It's basically final season, right? Like this would be the last summer we do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's theirs. I wouldn't go. I don't know how long the process. Randy, any idea how long the process would take to do what they want?
I mean, we're giving them a gift. I mean, their property is going to be worth more money.
That's how I view it. I
mean, you're getting a bigger property.
So they're also going to pay more taxes.
What taxes on it's on unimproved land. I mean, it's just on.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the enjoyment of it. I mean.
So the man who wants it, is he willing to cut the grass?
If he gets, let me see if I can find what he wants.
I can speak to that, Ted. He asked for a quitclaim deed.
Correct.
That's just a deed basically saying there's no insurance with regards to the title and success of that. The borough can't really provide a quitclaim deed. The borough never had a legal interest in this property. This was a paper street. It's a right of way. Those two adjacent property owners already legally own to what would be the center point of what that right of way was.
Correct.
There's nothing
to get
for
the quitclaim deed
transfer to them.
I mean,
to get a quitclaim deed, he would need to
wait. One way to handle it. Let me just. One way to handle it is. I'm sorry, Mike. One way to handle it is for us. Again, to send them another letter, very nice, explaining that, congratulations, you now own this piece, and you have to, and your only requirement is to cut the grass to maintain it, because it's not there. The borough is abandoning it, and then if they don't cut the grass, you could go for enforcement and that sort of thing. But hopefully that won't be necessary. Hopefully by then they'll have pressure from their neighbors and others, like, the word will get out, it's their property and they're not cutting it. So
let's be clear, we're not abandoning it. We never owned it.
Right, we don't own it. What I'm saying is we don't have any claim to it. So it's their property, and we have to just explain to them that the borough had no claim to your property, has no claim. It's your property. And just like anything else you own, you have to maintain your property. It's just that simple.
All right. Should we
cut it just this one last time and then do what Randy said?
Oh, yeah. And Councilwoman, I'm not suggesting you shouldn't cut the grass now. I'm just saying legally what it is. That's
so could we cut the grass, like Helen said, I'm sorry, Ms. Halaho says, could we cut the grass one more time while we prepare a letter that better, I don't know, I didn't see the original letter, so I don't know what it said, but.
We certainly could cut the grass. I mean, I have no problem with it.
I can see I could see from Scott's face, but
I'll go out there on my own lawnmower, Scott. I'll do it. Okay, I'll go out there and cut the grass. Okay,
I'll take care of it. I'll bring my weed whacker in tomorrow.
It's not a big piece of land.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
he's a push mower. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. If everybody's all right with it, could Scott have Public Works cut it one more time while we give them another letter laying out again, maybe in more detail, that we never owned the property and this would be the last time that we cut it? Sure. Okay.
Good.
Just do it.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
sufficient with that consensus.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to say anything or add anything to comment on or?
Mr. Parker, while we're talking about everything plus the kitchen sink, do you want to bring up Little League tonight, or do you want to save that for another day?
The bad news, wait, hold it off.
I don't know
This is that cockamamie backstop issue, remember?
Yeah, the coach called me about that too.
I mean, we're already past in a new business at this point, but are they even close to gearing up to play?
I don't think so.
Not that I've heard.
I think so.
All right, so I would hold off until we have an opportunity to meet with them unofficially, and then we'll bring it up next month.
Yeah.
If that's all right with everybody.
January
We'll hold it for another month.
Okay.
Is this them taking down the backstop?
No, it's a
No,
backstop.
We were supposed to.
Yeah, we were supposed to.
Oh, we're supposed to.
Yeah.
I thought they wanted to keep up the backstop. I thought that was the problem. That
They do. We're
Yeah,
supposed
they
to
want to take it down. They want to
They-
take it down.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not even close to gearing up, I don't think a month will make a difference. I mean, I know we want to get it down, but let's hear them out and talk to them and see.
Yeah, as long as it stays up, they're fine.
Okay. So we'll just so everybody knows, Bob and I were the president of the Little League reached out to us and wanted to kind of have an unofficial conversation down at the park and kind of walk around. Somebody else can come with us, just if you want to, and just hear them out.
Has to.
Huh?
I say Scott should come with us.
Well, which Scott?
Mitchell.
Well, he doesn't count. We can only have an additional council member if anybody wants to come
council
down.
member, yeah.
So if anybody wants to come down, you don't have to say anything now, but if you want to come down, just
I'll go down.
all right. And just
know when.
I will. We got to get in touch. I think Bob was in touch with them better than I was. I get so many emails in a day between work and the borough. So that was pretty much it. So if everybody's all right with just leaving it until next month, we'll leave it since not much going on down there anyway. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I've got one other issue that I mentioned this to Ted the other day, and I'm sorry, I don't know whether it was old business or unfinished business or new business, but about 3 weeks ago, we all got in our borough box the DCED study on the police management, and my question is, what are we going to do with it? Do we read it, discuss it? Do we sit down with the mayor and the chief? What's the next step? Crickets.
I think they're going to present. They're going to present to us next month. I thought.
Oh, really? Oh, I hadn't heard that. I'm
right,
sorry.
Scott Mitchell.
I'm sorry?
Aren't they going to? The people who did the police study, they're going to present it next month, correct?
I have no idea. I've given them your meeting dates for this meeting and the 2 meetings subsequent to this.
All right.
It's gonna depend on when the DCED folks are cleared by the state to have
Okay.
face-to-face
All right.
public meetings.
All right. So
I offered the option of joining us for a Zoom meeting, but so far anyway, they prefer to wait until they can do a face-to-face. So
Okay.
they can have a Q&A interaction with council on it.
all right. Maybe if we go, maybe next month we can. If we move to the next phase, maybe they open up.
I mean, certainly in the interim, one of council's committees could start to review it and carve it up into sections of things you wish to, discuss further. But it's up to you.
Okay. Well, I guess.
I would rather hear. What they
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah, if they're going to make a presentation, fine. Let's.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to hold it off and.
They can do it on Zoom. I don't know why that's a problem. I mean, we do $100 billion projects on Zoom these days.
Yeah, I know, but
it's-
I kind of understand why. I liked this the first time. It was, but now I'm kind of like, I can't wait till we get back to real meetings. This is just, it's horrible.
Sucks.
We talk over each other so much in person, let alone on here. All right, does anybody have anything else? Because I'd really like to get to 13.
All
right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Everyone stay safe, be well.
You too, Randy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me get out of this.